Hi, I'm Samantha Markham, and this is my first YouTube video that I'm gonna make for my channel. Most of you guys know me as Thunderbird on Instagram, and I've been trying to think of a YouTube video that I can make that's gonna be somewhat easy for me to make, and I'm not very computer savvy, so editing is kind of out of the question at this moment, so it's gonna be a one-shot kind of deal. So I just kind of wanted to do a walk around, and I'm gonna start from the inside out on the car, and I hope you guys enjoy and stay with me on this. Sorry for my awkwardness. I am not used to talking on camera, and I'm not good at talking not on camera, so here we go. So this is, as you know, where I spend most of my time, in the driver's seat, because this is not just a project car, it is also my only vehicle, because I am crazy and this was my first car and I haven't wanted to ever drive anything other than that. This is my new dash pad that I had recovered a couple months ago when my original, well, this is the original, it's just got nice vinyl on the outside, decided to crack right here, and yep, my windshield's cracked. That was my own doing when I was peeling the Bondo out of the roof. You can see here I've got a tachometer in what is the usual location for one of the economy vents for the AC system. I don't have AC, so because race car. Mostly factory gauges. My dope working quartz clock, my snapper screen, my AM FM 8-track stereo with fully functioning 8-track. Don't have any tapes, they are currently at my mom's. And then I have my air fuel gauge on the opposite bank that the O2 sensor is for the sniper unit, just because I like to know I'm safe on both sides at all times. And then I've got my quartz shifter, my Hurst quarter stick shifter. Sorry, I was still on the clock on my mind. My water bottle collection, very fabulous. It's got power everything. Power locks do not work, but I'm already bad enough about locking myself out of the car. I've got this cool holes in my damn, I can't think of the word. Headliner, sorry, I'm stupid. And then I've got my spare belt. It's my handy dandy tripod, my toolbox, never go anywhere without it. And because this is such a high option car, I have functioning vanity mirror. It is very broken, plastic is very brittle. Try to keep it up there, only use it to really just show how awesome it is. Broken door panels. Ugh. Power seat option. It's also a factory cruise control car, but I took that out because the canister is behind the fender and I cannot remove it. The Bassett D-hole DOT legal racing rims, because dirt track car. And here is my pride. One of the most important accomplishments of my life was having a big block in this car, and I accomplished that last year after the 400 that was originally in it decided to blow up. Well, it knocked. I didn't drive it to the point where it was gonna blow up. Then it decided it was going to stop knocking. I don't know why. Just got rid of it as fast as I could because don't want that bad juju. Got the FlexLight 295 cooling fans and my beautiful Champion radiator. The Hyperspark and the Sniper EFI from Holly. The module is actually over here. I don't know if you can see it behind my battery with a plate that my boyfriend so awesomely made, which is beautiful and bead-rolled, but you know, no one can see it. I've got my power corner here, all my power right there. Got my CVF pulley system, great system, love it, highly recommend. CVF and Holly Sniper, the world. My sticker bomb cowl hood with my oil pressure gauge, rocking that because I didn't want it in the car because, you know, oil leaks and nice interior. So I put it in the hood because oil leaks and under hood, not so bad. This car is really rusty, despite how rusty it doesn't always look in pictures. It's a lot worse than it appears. The frame is in great shape, it's just the body. Front part of my roof is filled in with fiberglass. This was the third time I've done this. The first time using fiberglass. All the other times I used Bondo. It didn't last nearly as long. I did all this outside on a week that I was off from work, so the body work wasn't really 100%. It was just meant to just fill the holes and leak a little less, which it does. But eventually it's gonna get a new roof skin and it'll be more 100%. The homemade cowl hood. Also, that is not my truck in the background, so don't ask. Sorry. Me and my boyfriend made this in 10 hours out of a piece of sheet steel and my factory dented hood. You can see I've got a dent right there and another dent right there. So at one point, either a tree or a power pole fell across the hood of this car. Who knows? The guy I bought it from didn't know, so we'll just live with that mystery, and that's what I like to believe. I still have the vinyl back here, not out of desire to, but out of really being too scared to take it off and see the horrors underneath it. So I'm just gonna leave it on till I am ready to pull all the glass out and do the right thing to fix it. I have my trunk, which is not much better than my roof because, you know, rust holes, it leaks bad, so everything that's back here is gotta be water resistant. It looks a lot nicer in pictures than it really does in person. Full size 275/60/15 spare tire because race car. Hopefully I'll be getting my other one today, so I'll have another tire back here. All the fun, tons of fun. Some more rust, some more pitted chrome, some more awesomeness, but I guess we'll mosey on back to the front and I'll give more details on the engine since I spaced out and didn't do that. And sorry for all the animal noise. I'm doing this outside of my apartment complex because I don't have a garage, so yeah, I'm just doing my best thing. But it's a 435 cubic inch big block Ford. It's based on a 68 429, sorry. Blech. Out of a 68 Lincoln. The C6 is out of the same car that the engine is out of. I picked them up from a guy in Decatur. His friend owned them. They were sitting in a storage unit for years, untouched. The engine had a hole. Holes rusted in the oil pan, so did the transmission when I got it. 7 out of 8 of the wrist pins were locked up and the cylinders were pitted because of the fact that the pistons were just sitting in there and water had gotten in there at one point, and it was just a bad time. I thought it was going to be like a super easy rebuild, but it ended up being a lot more than I had initially intended on, like $6,000 more in the cost of doing this whole thing than I had actually thought it was going to be. But I have no regrets. That is one thing I do not have, is any regrets. Sorry, gotta make that joke. It's one of my favorites. But I have no regrets to what I did and how much I had to spend to get it to this point, because this is my first car. I do not want to drive anything other than this car. But as I started saying before I, got lost in my train of thought. It's 435 cubic inches, 429 originally. Heads and the block were decked, so instead of the factory 10.5 to 1 compression, I'm pushing like 11 to 1 compression. I have Summit Racing roller tip rockers, 3/8 push rods, YN Stealth intake. I have a main girdle on it, not because I really needed it, but I had bought it because I was originally going to build a 557 cubic inch engine. I had a 460 block, actually. I had 2 of them. First one didn't have caps, but it is what it is. Here, I'll flip the camera look this way. But the first one didn't have caps, so I kind of just had to do... I bought another one. That one needed to go 80 over, which is what you have to do for a 557, is go 80 over. And I ended up taking and trading the second block I got for the machine work on this engine, because the guy that did the machine work was a 460 guy. And what was I gonna say? It's got sealed power, flat top, 30 over hyperurethric pistons, because I didn't really have the money to go forged, even though I wish I had. The stock heads with hardened exhaust valve seats and completely rebuilt, new guides, new everything. And it's a lot of information and my memory's not the best, so I'm probably forgetting something. Oh, it's also got a Canton street strip pan that my boyfriend bought me for my birthday, so I can do all the shenanigans and not have to worry about any oil starvation from sloshing in the pan. I guess I still have the control arms up in the apartment that I'm going to install one of these weekends, hopefully, and then hopefully coilovers and racing seats next year. Depends on any other things that I spend my money on. But thank you for bearing with me and watching my awkwardness, and I'm kind of doing this on my phone and the camera only works one way, so I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera the whole time. It wouldn't let me switch to, selfie mode to do some of this videos. So thank you for bearing with me. Please like and I guess subscribe, and I'll try to get more content out. And as I said, I'm Samantha Markham, and I'm Thunderbird on Instagram if you want to follow the build page there. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good Saturday.